We often stress about the big financial decisions. Should we rent or buy the house? Should we take that student loan? How much should we invest in stocks? But you know what I've realized? It's not always the big decisions that come to get us. Sometimes, no, usually it's the small everyday money habits that are so tiny, they sneak up on us, compound over time, and drain our money pockets without us even realizing. So let's look at some of these. The first one is spending more to save more. Okay, hear me out. You're on a shopping website. You add something to your cart and suddenly you get a pop-up message saying that for 200 rupees, you're going to be eligible to a promo code that you can use next time. And you're quickly going back to the website and looking for whatever you can find in that price range. Socks, candles, random keychains. Just so that we don't miss out on this offer that we actually may or may not need in the future. This is the classic case of loss aversion. It's a term in behavioral economics by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. Basically, it means that our brains hate losing. So we end up spending more money just so that we feel like we've not lost out on a deal. The next one is falling for the good deal. Okay, imagine you're on a nice flea market and you're looking around. You suddenly hear that there are 3 t-shirts up for sale for 500 rupees. You weren't even planning on shopping, but this deal sounds too good to be true. So you go, buy 3 shirts, go back home, try them on, and you realize that one looks very different in the lighting at home with our white light. The second one doesn't really fit us. And the third one is meh, price anchoring. Basically, it means that if something which was shown to be priced at 1500 is now reduced to say 500, our mind immediately feels like it's a massive win, even if we didn't need them in the first place. So during the Great Indian Sale or the Big Billion Days, we fill our carts with all the things, not because we necessarily need them, but because the prices are reduced and there are only 2 days left and a fall urgency is created. And I'm as guilty as that can anyone be in this regard. The next one is the invisible script. You know that unspoken pressure in our head, the voice that goes that everybody around me has an iPhone, maybe I should also get one, or everybody's chipping in 2000 rupees for the gift, so I should not look cheap, so I should chip in at least that much. Well, Ramit Sethi calls this the invisible script. Basically, these are rules handed to us by society about expectations of what success looks like. Buy a house, own a car, get that fancy degree, host a big party, and we do a lot of these things not because we always want to, but because we just don't want to stand out, and that's what we think in our mind success looks like and what we're supposed to be doing. But maybe rather than spending that money on an iPhone, we would rather spend it on a trip, and that would mean more to us and would be more valuable to us personally. So maybe next time we feel some pressure to spend money, we can pause and ask if we really want to do it or we're doing it just to fit in. The next one is digital payments. Remember a few years ago when we had to physically take out cash from our wallets and pay to the vendor? Our brain would stop for a second, pause and ask, do we really need this? But now with digital payments, scan, tap and done, money is gone. And we don't even realize it because it's so easy. You're going out to meet your friends, you book an Uber, get a coffee, get something to eat, go back to someone's place, have dinner, and then take an Uber and go back home. And for all this, you're just tapping to spend money, and without realizing 2000, 3000 rupees is just gone. This is tied to something called the pain of paying. So there's actually a study done by MIT researchers in which they saw that people were willing to pay almost twice as much when they were using a credit card than when they had to use physical cash to make the payments. Basically, the smoother and easier a transaction is, the less pain we feel while departing with the money. So maybe one way to bring back awareness is to set a budget before every outing, or to have a budgeting app send us notifications in real time, because we all need that little bit of nudge. I know I do. The next one is subscriptions. Honestly, how many do you have? Between Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, some course which we didn't finish, a newsletter we subscribed to because the information seemed too interesting to ignore, cloud storage, or some free trial apps we forgot to cancel. And it's so easy to forget all of them until the day we look at our bank statements and we're like, what is this $499? And then even if we want to cancel, we don't, because to be honest, it's annoying. The whole process is very tiring, and then maybe it's only 200 rupees per month, but 6 of 200 rupees per month is like 1200, and multiply this for a year and it's almost 14,000. And a lot of companies use this friction intentionally, like making it hard for us to find the unsubscribe button, or making us write an email to them, or making us talk to chat box who really don't understand what we're saying. So maybe once a month we need to sit with the bank statement, see where our subscriptions are, where the money is going, cancel things which we don't really need. It could be awkward and annoying for 2 minutes, but it's going to save us a ton. The next one is updating out of boredom. Do you ever feel like this? The stuff that you have works perfectly fine, but you're just bored. So you start browsing and suddenly you're convinced that you need to upgrade your clothes, your phone, your shoes, your earphones. So this is called hedonic treadmill, where basically our satisfaction resets quickly and we want to buy something new to feel dopamine again. And that gets expensive. Honestly, none of these seem bad at the moment. These are just easy, simple, subtle, convenient, but they just compound over time and really hit us. The good news is that we don't have to make any major changes overnight. The first step is to just be aware and notice these things. So let me know which ones do you catch yourself doing the most, and share this with your friend who says, let's just browse, and ends up buying 3 kurtis and a toaster. Me.